I'm not ready.
You have to be ready. We're back after a small hiatus of 8 months. We have
At least.
at least back with the podcast. Make sure you listen on Anchor, the only place we've made any money. $1.50. It's going up tonight.
One Cabela's pheasant tails worth.
That's right. We're in the big time professionals because we're making money. So it's been a hot minute. We got a few things to talk about, including you just came back from Boone in a frozen tundra, -4 degrees. But my fishing protege caught fish.
Yes, I did.
Tell us about it. Tell the good people at Anchor Podcast all about it.
So, cold snap everywhere. Seems like across the country a few days ago. And we actually had to, we live in Raleigh. We actually had to drip our pipes overnight here.
It's just a southern thing.
Yeah. Woke up.
I had to drip my pipe.
It's like Saturday or Sunday. I woke up. It was 11 degrees here, and then it was -4 in Boone.
That was a record. That's got to be close to a record in Boone, isn't it? Or no?
I know. I don't think so. I think it's been -20 or 30 there.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah. But day after Christmas, Monday, we went up. We drove to Boone, and we pulled in like 5 or 6. So it was getting to be dusk, and we pull over the bridge into the neighborhood, and we're like, "Oh, the river's completely frozen over." Like that was a new experience for me. I didn't
let me out here
to expect that. Yeah, I mean, apparently that's normal for you up there, but I've never seen that here. So
yeah, I haven't gone out because I already know all the rivers are frozen, so I don't really need to go check it. Yeah, no.
So the next day, we went out for a walk. We took the dogs. There's a cattle farm up the road, so we're like, let's take the dogs to see the cows.
This is a great fishing story.
I know, right? So we found there was like one spot, a pretty decent spot that was open water that I could actually wade into and fish from. So walked back up there and threw the new to me IM6 out there.
Oh yes. You're into the wheelhouse of IM6 now.
Yay. Yeah. So yeah, I had a double dropper rig on with a size big old pheasant tail and then a tiny midge behind it, and this, I don't know, 10-11 inch brown took the gigantic pheasant tail. It hailed it. It was so far down his throat. I know. He's dying. He's like, oh my God, there's no more ice cream food.
Thank God.
Big Mac floating down the river. Oh, he inhaled it, the indicator.
Yeah, just like Colorado-based small midges and
the
size 8.
Real technical fishing. That was I didn't expect to get anything, so that was fun.
Let's talk about that IM6 real quick. So when you were up here in the great north of New York, Batten, Kill, all that kind of stuff, you had your WT. We were on the West Branch of the Ausable. You and I threw each other's rods, which I love, my 5-weight, 9-foot, whatever the hell it is, IM6 that I bought from some dude in Georgia. Yours looks better, but same thing, 9-foot or whatever, 5-weight, right?
It's 8.5.
Whatever, that's what mine is. 8.5.
Round up to 9.
You get the idea. But what do you think? What do you think of that IM6?
I love it. I mean, so the WT was the first Winston I had, and it was the first nice rod that I had. I had the Orvis Encounter, outfit or whatever before that.
I'm not gonna say that's a big step up, but
yeah, it's a massive step up. The Orvis Encounter
I'm glad I don't have my Orvis hat on.
Yeah.
You never know. Might get a
sponsor. Shout out to Upper Pass. They make delicious beer.
Is it? Assholes won't give us any, but anyway, go on with the IM6.
No, but the WT, I loved it forever. But then I bought my wife Anne a.
Don't use her real. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A Boron 2T 5-weight, and it's noticeably stiffer than the WT. And I threw it a few times. I was like, ooh, this is kind of nice. And then when I had thrown yours up on the Ausable, it was noticeably stiffer than the
Yeah.
WT. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I should try that. So found a good deal on what looked like an IM6 8.5 foot 5 weight. Um, it looked like it was in really good shape, and so I was like, I'll buy it, and if I don't like it, I can resell it and
Yeah.
recoup most of the money, and whatever. But yeah, it is. It's a lot more effortless than the WT with the.
I like my IM6. I feel like I can cast that thing a goddamn country mile,
Yes.
and it's fast action, just stiff. I feel like not stiff like I threw a, I think it was a Sage X or Sage One or something when they first came out, and it was thick and felt like I was throwing a broom. And the guy was like, you know what I mean? The guy was like, "Isn't it nice?" I'm like, "It's awful. I never want to touch this again."
Yeah.
But this is stiff and just like, I just feel like I can just bomb cast out. And when I threw your WT, and I have a 3-weight WT that I use mostly for small streams, that slow action whippy as I like, like I felt the same. So I like that
Yeah.
IM. I think the IM6 is it's the tits.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah, I'm super excited.
Now we have the same waders, the same rod, the same boots, not the same pack. So at least thank God.
No, do you have corkers? You don't have corkers.
Oh no,
You have
that's right. You
corkers
you have
boots.
corkers. That's right. I take
Yeah.
it back. I'll edit
Shout out
this
to
out.
corkers. I love those things.
Shout out to all the things. Shout out to Winston making IM6 again. Well, I guess I kind of do in an Air 2. Because the Air
Yeah.
2 that I have very much feels like
Is it?
a better version of the IM6.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we got you
That's like
hooked on
you just spit
vintage rods you keep
blasphemy
up.
out of your mouth.
What? That's better than the IM6?
Yeah.
Or better than the Sage 1 broom handle?
No, it's better than the Air 2's better than the IM6.
I think you asked me that in a text. I think if I had to
Yeah, you
stand them
did.
up, it's fucking good. It is
Yeah.
really good. It's definitely the best rod I've ever had for sure. But that's awesome.
And it's under warranty, which is nice.
Yeah. Which I almost did break in Joe Rob's Jeep on the South Holston. So it was pretty good. Not that it would ever throw right again. Pretty sure if it shattered, like dipshit shattered it on the that rod in that flow trip. Wasn't his fault. I'm only joking. At least it would be covered, but it's never the same. But yeah, I do love that rod. Yeah, now we have so many bad habits, including these. We'll get to these new bad habits we have in these drinks.
Yeah.
Plus now rods, plus now vintage rods we're buying online. It'll be a good winter here. And
Yeah.
everyone's no Christmas for you kids.
Scrape with the bank accounts.
Yeah. So the other thing we want to talk about, best fish of the year. I already know your damn best fish of the year. And if you say it's different than the one,
you netted it.
If it's different than that, I would be amazed. But you wanted a personal best in 2022 for a brown trout. Bingo.
I did. I'm not a New Year's resolution guy. Like
I'm
gonna change how I'm living my life entirely.
I'm gonna stop drinking.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah, but I was like, I want to catch, I'd caught a few decent sized rainbows. I was like, I want to catch a good brown. So yeah.
That was a good brown.
April false, we did it.
That's right. The Boone trip there, that was a great fish. Might be like the best fish I saw all year, for sure, maybe. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I had a salmon that another guy caught on me, but it's up there. It's way up there.
Did you catch that rainbow on the toe or whatever? Was that the same year? Or was that the year before?
I think that was the year before.
That was a gorgeous fish.
That was a great fish. That was a good fish. This year, I think it would be that big brook trout that I caught.
Yeah.
In Rangeley, Maine, because that was a personal best. Brook trout on fly rod and nymphing, because I'm the best nympher in the world now. Never ever fishing dry fly again. And it was like it wasn't like lucky first cast through a run. I'd been fishing all day. I'd caught a bunch of other kind of good size, medium size, small size fish, but all nymphing. And then near the end of the day, just picking apart a different part of that run. And that was a great fish. And I almost lost that in the net. Right, swooping it up with the net, the flies all popped out, literally while his head was up, and got him in the net. So that was pretty good. So for the non-anchor podcast, I'll put some pictures up.
What river was that?
That was what river was that? I forget. Maybe I don't
Because I
want
know
to say.
you
It's
and
not
your
true.
father-in-law, you catch brook trout like lake trout or whatever,
Yeah,
stillwater
yeah. So
trout
it's
all the time.
connected to the lake there, but I'll put it in the description because I forget already. Um, Not Sebago. Damn. I already forget, but it's probably better I don't say
Yeah, that's a good point.
it. So yeah, so those are our best fish. I don't know if I have like a. I'd like to catch a really big brown this year, like on one of the tailwaters. Like I'd like to
Mm,
stick one on the Delaware or on the South Holston or something this year, like an absolute fucking pig. I'd like to
yeah.
catch like a magazine cover style monster or
I
rainbow.
got
I
a
mean, it won't
big
be that big.
hook
Yeah,
jaw
yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, something big.
yeah.
I mean, we fished. Joe Rob and I fished the South Holston. We had a great time. I mean, like every fish was pretty much in the like 14 to 18-inch range. It was a great day. Like we each caught like 20 fish, nothing big. It was a cool river, but I'd like to stick a big one, like a really big one.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's no way you can pull a bigger fish out of that fucking river up there, but if you do,
Oh, the one
it
that I
would.
pulled? No, I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think that's
That
maxed
might be the
out.
biggest fish to come out of that river.
Yeah.
Because even that rainbow we saw wasn't bigger than that brown, was it?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's a
You're talking about the one that we were trying to get
yeah,
to
yeah,
come
that we
out of
were
the
sitting under the
bridge.
bridge. Yeah, that we
Yeah.
could not
Yeah.
get a good drift in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, let's switch over since it's winter. We don't have a lot of fishing to talk about. Let's talk booze.
Okay.
But we'll probably spend more time on this than
Yeah, I
fishing
know.
for some awful reason lately. Well, let's start out. What are you drinking? Why are you drinking it? What do you think of
Christmas gift.
it? Grimace. A little
Old
old
Forester
Forester.
1910.
Uh-huh.
I've actually never had this before. I've had the 1920, which is delicious. And I've been using the Old Forester 100 for old fashions, but this one's really good. I also got new Glencairn
Oh, look. Yeah, look
glasses.
at that. Nice. The real. That's a nice
Mm-hmm.
glass.
It's a nice glass. Yeah,
So
it's
it's
delicious.
clear. It's a nice glass.
You want me to talk about the notes, or is that
Sure.
pretentious?
If you think you can.
It's got a real nice bourbon note on it.
It's got a real nice non-Jack Daniels bourbony taste that I like.
No, but it's got like nice caramel vanilla sweetness and stuff to
Look
it.
at you had the bottle. I don't have the bottle,
It's
but
delicious.
I can hit pause and get the bottle and then makes a cool edit, make like a star wipe. So
Do
hold
a
on, I'm gonna hit pause.
transition.
There we go. Okay, we're back. Star wipe, and we're back. All right. So this is scotch. So in the last 2 years, pandemic issues, I decided I would start drinking scotch. And now I just drink too much scotch. But I got started drinking different ones yesterday, went to the liquor store and bought a Lagavulin 16 year. And some of the peatier ones have like a smoky peaty, because that's what they use. They use peat in the firing process or whatever when the still. But this one is so smooth. It's ridiculously smooth for peaty. I'll show you the bottle. There it is. Ooh, it's pretty.
It is pretty. It
It
was
is pretty.
dark.
I don't know if that's the bottle or not because it's not
Oh,
dark
okay.
in my glass,
Okay.
but it's phenomenal. So if you like scotch and you like peaty scotches and you want to spend enough for a really good peaty scotch, the Lagavulin 16 year, pretty good. So as
So
I told you though, I'm still way too afraid to get real drunk on them because it's rocket fuel and I feel like I'll be blacked out for 3 days.
so tell me the difference because I'm trying to get into scotch. Tell me the difference between peated and non-peated and like what's the
I
if you
think
can
like
describe it, what's the flavor difference?
I'm not good at it, and thank God no one actually listens to this because I bet we would get eviscerated if we had real followers as I try to talk about a thing I don't know about at all. At least I can fake it with fly fishing. There's different areas for scotch, my understanding. This is from Isla, I think. But like Highlands area is less peaty. I think they all use peat in the process, and it's just about either, you know, the flavor that comes through the still or whatever. And like so some of these Highland scotches taste a lot more like bourbon. And usually they're put into bourbon barrels, used
Right.
bourbon barrels, right?
Yeah.
That Belvini one that I had is like a sherry and an oak barrel or something like that. But I'm sure this is probably this could be in a bourbon barrel. But that just depends on, where they're from and how much that peat flavor comes through. Like I have one that tastes like burnt tires, and I don't like it. Like it's so smoky and hot, and I don't like it. But this one, I like the idea because it's so different than bourbon that it has that peaty flavor to it or that peaty smell and taste. But this one's so fucking smooth in the act, like it's not like some burn going down. Like, oh, it's good, it's smoky, I like it. Like I'm breaking a cigar. Yeah. So I like this one a lot, but it's expensive. I mean, it's 3 digits, so it's up there. And I don't think I'm just going to sit here and pound it all night. Like I said, I'm too petrified to get real drunk on too much scotch, but it's a good one. So I'm pretty pumped about it. But, I got other bourbons I need to drink. Like I got that Heaven's Door bourbon that's that Bob Dylan one. I've never had it. I've been sitting on that bottle for a long time.
I think I've heard of it.
Supposed to be good, and unless it's just all bullshit, but I got to try that one. I almost drank that just so I could give a real review. But then I saw this, and I'm like, this is so good. Might as well get drunk with PJ, drink scotch. Or am I also getting so shitty, old, and pretentious now? I'm talking fly fishing and drinking scotch, and I don't know. I should put a tweed jacket on with leather elbows.
Yeah.
You should tie me flies as we do this, and I'll just pass out on scotch, and we'll be...
I have my leather-bound notebook here, so that's one
I have many leather-bound books.
See behind me?
Like, there's Winston tubes too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's where
brook trout. We're off the rails already.
Here's the IM6.
The next thing we should do is some rod reviews, because now you bought 9 Winstons through the interwebs.
Let's do a gear rundown when you're here.
Oh yeah. We could talk about that. We got one trip for sure that's coming up, is another repeat of the March trip, where this time I don't have to wear 2 mismatched boots, because hopefully I won't have a broken foot or toes, or
it
so
didn't
I can actually get around.
When we were talking about my best fish of the year, we should have mentioned that you netted it with 2 broken toes like a pro.
Like a goddamn pro. We should put that video back up.
Beautiful.
Because when I caught a nice fish on that river, the person netting my fish, you, did the opposite of that.
It looked like, what did it look like? I don't know.
I don't know what it looked like.
It looked like I was trying to net a fish next to the fish that you were trying to get me to net.
And I had to yell at you to put your beer down. Like, God damn it. Use 2 hands.
I didn't have anywhere to put it. What am I gonna litter?
Yeah, exactly. Don't litter, kids. Just drink your scotch. And I also, because I caught that fish there, you got to name that pool after
2-toe shoals.
2-toe shoals. Yep. So take that, Melissa and Ted. I got the in front of your cabin. I got the naming rights, like Ted Theater. So that's the only trip. Boone coming back in 2023. So
first week of April.
Yeah. Other than that, hopefully you can make your way back up here. I am going to try to float the Delaware. I'll definitely be fishing around upstate New York, Vermont, Maine. I want to go back to Maine. You got to go to Maine. You got to put that on your bucket list.
Okay.
And that's it. And then music, what you've been listening to. I think we skipped over what we're going to.
Oh my God. It's been like Colter Wall on an endless cycle of Colter Wall.
If you don't know Colter Wall, good Canadian boy from out west. Fucking amazing. I'm stuck on Colter Wall. Like, I've got other stuff I'm listening to, but man, I just keep...
Beatty Creek's own.
I just keep I was just listening to Saskatchewan 1881.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Caroline, which I don't know who that person is on that song. You know who that is? It's something...
I know the name is Belle Plaine.
But right? We got to look her up.
Her stuff,
Of course, he sings with Tyler Childress on another song, and I don't know. Guy's amazing. And... Yeah, I mean, hopefully a new full-length album's coming out. That EP, I haven't really listened to like 2-song EP, I guess. I'm stuck on all the other stuff, but you don't know Colter Wall. You don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of that. I have actually been listening to a lot of St. Vincent again lately. I don't know if you know who that is. The lead singer's name is Annie Clark. It's very different. Talk about, this is it's one end of the spectrum from Colter Wall to St. Vincent is like, she's an awesome guitar player, but most of the time it's like a lot of almost like techno synth kind of background beats, and then she'll play electric guitar over top of it. Some songs I don't like, some songs I really like Los Angeles and a couple other ones, but I've been listening to a lot of that lately, just trying to like find new stuff. But when in doubt, definitely back to Colter Wall.
I've been listening to looking through my likes here lately. R.L. Burnside.
Oh, our hell. Back
His
in the day, what was the other band his son was in that other North Mississippi, right? Was his son in that, or they
North
used to? Yeah,
Mississippi All Stars. We saw
yeah.
them. Were you there at the Cat's Cradle when we saw them? Chapel Hill?
I think so.
That was an awesome show.
Yeah, I've seen them multiple times, Bonnaroo, Chapel Hill, and Raleigh, and a couple of places. So I probably was there, or maybe I wasn't. I can't remember. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm looking through my likes. It's a lot of Colter Wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Colter
Colter
Wall
Wall.
and Tyler Childers.
Yeah. I have the new Tyler Childers, that first song on that album, The Old Country Church. I've been banging that one out a lot lately.
That's a really good album.
That's a good.
I want to
it's a
give it
good
some
album.
more time.
Exactly. I got to listen to it some more. But I really like that first song a lot. I've been listening to that one, keeps popping up in my playlist a lot. So that's a good one.
The one about the triune God too. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is that the first one? That's not the first.
No, Old Country Church, I think, is the first one.
Oh yeah.
And then of course Isbell all the time. I mean, like you and I would just constantly text each other Isbell lyrics.
Yeah.
Even the kids know when I'm listening to Isbell in the car. So like, it's Jason Isbell. Like, that's right. Kids are gonna be good. Keep listening to Vampires. I can't stop listening to Vampires. Every time it comes on, I'm like, fuck. Like that and Only Children. I don't know. They're zooming up the top Isbell songs in my
there's
humble opinion.
I don't think he's done anything better songwriting wise than Vampires. Absolutely not.
That's a bold statement, Cotton. However, I agree.
Which isn't to discount any of his other work, but it's just, oh my god,
A double plus versus an A plus kind of deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's way up there. So,
have you listened to Colby Acuff? Any?
No.
If I Were the Devil?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
All right, I'll text you that because that's a good one. That's good songwriting. I need to listen to more of his stuff, but
yeah,
it's one of those where like it came up on shuffle and I'm like, oh my god, this song's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll text you that one.
Do it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, we did it. We made a podcast. We did another podcast. Holy shit balls. If now we just could do this like on a more regular basis.
I know.
Maybe we could make $3 from Anchor. If you haven't downloaded Anchor, it's a great podcasting app. And if you want to make a podcast, use Anchor because you could make $1. All right. This has been great. I'm telling you, I should do it more often. We'll catch you on the flip flop for our next booze, music, fish tour that we do.
I was thinking I gotta change the logo. I think our logo says fly fishing, bourbon, and music. I think I gotta change it to whiskey.
You're correct, because this is a whiskey, like that's a whiskey. So,
but that's not a bourbon.
But that's not a bourbon.
It's like a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square.
All bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons. You know what I'm talking about? And